In order to subscribe to my channel, please click here or click here. Please share, comment and like my videos and channel. So let's move to next step. Create tables. Now we will create other two tables as well, and we will create their fields as well. The one which we created, so we will create the fields for that leave request table, and we will also create the fields of other two tables as well after creating those tables. So if I talk about the first table, that is leave request. Now what are the different fields we have to create? So as you can see here, because this is a leave request, it's a leave management system application where we have to gather the details from the user. So in that case, you can see we have fields like requested by. So I will just keep on creating the fields and keep on basically telling about you about details of those fields, of why exactly we need those fields. So I will go to my personal developer instance. So how exactly you create a field. So here we have leave request. So you just need to click on leave request. It will automatically create. Now the best part of this studio is you can create different multiple records over here in the tab format, and that's pretty much good, I would say, feature of this studio. So I have opened this leave request table record. Here you can see we already have these two fields, leave type and we have number field. And if I talk about here, we have requested by. So that's one field I have to create. So I will just mention here requested by, and the type of this field will be reference, and here I can select sys underscore user. So I will select this one. Done. Next is leave type, that is already created. Then we have start date. Now if you basically request for a leave, so your requested by should be populated. You have to select the leave type, what kind of leave you want to take. Maybe it's a sick leave, maybe it's a casual leave, maybe it's work from home. That's something you can just create. And then next is start date. So what is start date? That means from what to what date you want to take the leave. So I will do start date, and here I will do date. So I will select date, type as a field type, and that's it. I don't have to select anything else. Next is end date. So if you're selecting start, you also need to put end date, and I will select the type as date. Then we have half day. Now when you apply for the leave, you also sometime apply for the half day leave. How system will take that? So maybe we will create a checkbox and we will make it half day, and I will make it true or false. So it will be like a checkbox. Then we have number. So number is already checked, so it will have auto number. Then we have duration. So I will put duration. That means when you will calculate start till end, so you should have this duration, that what exactly the duration is between the selection, whatever time you're selecting, what exactly the duration you have selected from start date till end date. Or maybe you are selecting half day. So for half day, it should be 0.5. That's a half day. So in that case, I will select duration and I will give it type as floating point number. Now why I'm giving it type as floating point number? Because I might not have just integer. I will definitely have basically decimal values as well, because that's a half day, like 0.5. So that's the reason I'm using floating point number rather than integer. So I will just select it. So it is selected. Then I have accrued. Now what is this accrued? Accrued is basically that how many leaves you have gathered, how many, that's what the accrued is. So in that case, I will just make it again floating point number. And if I go here, taken, then how many leaves you have taken. So when you will select it, now whenever, for example, you're an employee and you have to apply for a leave, so you will always look for that, okay, how many leaves I have left. So it should be on the form itself. So that information will be calculated automatically on the form level. That's so we can just put taken. So maybe I can just put this as well as floating point number. So I have this floating point number. Then I have balance, that how many leaves are left now. So I will just take this and I will do floating point number. Then I have comments. So if you are taking the leave, if you want to put some comments, now it might not be mandatory, but if you want to put any comments, then you can put that. We can make it string. That's fine. Then we have status. Now this is very important field. Status. Here we will have some choices, that a status is submitted, a status is basically cancelled, because you all can also make the status as cancel. You can cancel the leaves as well. So that's what we will do. So we will make it string for now. And then we have approval. So basically because you have to send the leave request for approval, maybe to the employee's manager. That's what normally every organization follow the process, that basically leave is being approved by the reporting manager. So in that case, we will have approval field as well. Now, if I talk about the table structure, now this leave request is kind of similar to task as well. So you could have created and like inherited from task table, but why I didn't do that? Because I just wanted to keep it separate, because it is kind of a task, but I don't think we are going to assign to in like assignment group or assign to someone. So that's the reason, because if you will inherit the task, this approval will automatically come, but in this case we just have to create that extra field, and that's still okay. So we have this approval. I will make it string. I'm still the selecting type as string, but we will make them choice later. So it is good. So what I'm going to do now, I am just clicking on save. So it is creating, it is inserting these columns in the table, and it is created. You can see all the fields are created. Now I will look for next table. The next table we have is leave bucket, which basically stores the information about the leaves of employee. So we will have these fields like employee. So let's start creating this table and creating these fields as well in my personal developer instance. So over here, I am going to click on this create application file. Now here is the first step which I'm going to do after creating the applications in the first stage. But now I'm going to create a new table. How will I do that? So in Studio, you have to click on this create application file. When you will do that, here you will find different options, different files which you can create in ServiceNow. So we will have to create a table. So you can see the first one is data model, and I have this table. So you don't have to do anything. You just need to select this. You have double clicked it. So it has opened the new form, and you have to provide the name, and that is leave bucket. I press the tab, it automatically took the name. I'm not extending it from anyone, and I have to select create module. So yes, I want to create it. I don't want to create any mobile module, or maybe we will check this. We're not going to use it right now, but let's check this. Now here I will just select my application, that is I will add this module to this particular menu, that is leave management system, which is our new application which we are creating. So in that case, we will start creating the fields, and the first field we have is employee. So I will just select here employee, and I can put the type as reference, and reference you can put sys underscore user. And if I do that, so I'm done with the first field. Then I have type. Now type is basically leave type, and I can select leave type. Now here I can maybe select choice. I can select choice over here. Then I have accrued, so I will do accrued. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. It's accrued, and then here I will do floating point number, and then I can do taken, and I will do floating point number again, type of the field. Then I have balance, and I will do floating point number, and then I have last year balance. Last year balance. Now, as part of this creation of the application, it might happen that I won't add all the calculations, but we will still fulfill the target to basically create the application so that people can request for the leaves. So we will still try to achieve 100%, I would say, but it might happen because I cannot show you all the features. Maybe this application might not be the perfect, but my goal is just to explain you, to make you understand that how you create the application and how you can create the different elements to basically build the baseline for an application. So I'm just selecting here last year balance, and that is also again floating point number. So this is done, and now I am going to save this. So we have created all the 6 fields. Now you will see it will not just create those 6 fields, it will basically add another 6 system fields, like you can see created by, created, society, updates, updated by, updated. Those are 6 fields which basically gets created every time you create a new table. So now if I talk about choices, so as of now I have not basically added any kind of choices to some of the fields like leave type. So what I will do, I will basically add a few choices in this particular field. So if I click on leave type, now here if I go a little bit bottom, you will see this choices. So what I will do, I will provide the choice. So basically leave type can be like, let's say for example, we will have casual leave, and I can just maybe say CL. It's just a backend value. Then I can put earned leave, and I can just make it as like EL. Then I can put it like sick leave, and I can put it as SL. Then I can like maybe work from home. I can select work from home. So these are the different types of leaves. So I'm selecting work from home, and it should be without none. So I have to add basically a default choice. So default value, maybe I can put CS. That's a casual leave I'm just selecting. So that's a default value, and I am going to save this. So we have created the choice for leave type field. Now we do have some other fields in the leave request table like status. So if I go to status, and I go to choices over here. Now here I can select maybe open. That's my first status when you basically submit the request. And then we have submitted. That means you have applied for the leave. So that will be called as submitted. So I will select here and I will make it submitted. And then here we will put cancelled. So it might happen that you can cancel the leaves as well. So here I will do cancelled. So we have created choices for this field as well. And if I talk about specification, I think we can just do without none, and default value we can definitely make it as open, and I will save this. So we have added the choices for this field as well, and I will just close it. I will come over here. Now next is approval field. So if I come to, yep, we have this approval field. So let's add choices in approval field. So I will start here. The first choice I can maybe put approved. That's a approved. Then we have maybe not yet requested, and then I can put NYR or NYR, not T, NYR, that is not yet requested. Then we have rejected. So maybe somebody rejects your leave request, and this is rejected. And then I have requested. So if you have submitted, that means it goes into requested state. So I can put requested. So these are the choices which we created for this particular table, like, and basically the fields we have in this particular table. So I can just go over here. Now I can select, let's say without none, and I will do NYR, not yet requested. We will make it as a default value. So I will just select save. And now I will go to leave bucket. So I will just close this, and here we will go to leave type. That's the one where we have to add the choices. Now here, the best option is, rather than creating a new choice, there is a feature in ServiceNow that you can pull the choices from another table, and on that table, if there's a particular choice field, I can pull that data from there. How? I will show you. So here I have to click on advanced view. Once you will click on advanced view, you will get that option. So I come over here, you can see it says choice table. Now which choice table I have to select? So I have to select leave request. Now in leave request, I have a field that is leave type. You can see it is automatically showing you the choice field which we can select. So it is not showing you all the fields. It just says choice field, and it will automatically give you the selection to select on those fields which are really choice fields. So I will just select leave type, and I don't have to create single choice in this particular field. I just have to click on save. That's it. And I will click on save. Once it is saved, you will see that the choice will be there in this particular field. You won't find over here, but it will be available in the UI. Now the next table is leave calculator. Now leave calculator is the same table which we were talking about, that is leave logic. But we will just give it a name as leave calculator, which basically calculates the logic. And what exactly the fields we have in leave calculator? So starting with leave type, that's basically kind of common in every table. So what I will do, I will quickly go to Studio, and we will create a new application. So I will double click on it. It will open up the new table form where I can create a new table. And here I will do leave calculator. I will press tab. It will automatically select the name. I can just create modules. So I will select leave management system. And now I have to create fields for this application. So if I go over here, starting with leave type. So I will put here leave type. And here I will select choice. So that's it for now. And then we will have starting month. Starting month. And then I have end month. Now this type should be string. And then I have end month. And then we have leaves. Now here you have to mention that how many leaves are there for a particular user. So in that case, I will just put it as, I think floating point maybe will be better. So we will just make it floating point number. Then we have country. So as I mentioned, as per the requirement from HR business, it should be global application. So I should be able to select country. So if I select over here, I will just put country. That's a field name. And I can just select reference field. That's a type of the field. Now here I can select country. So we have this core country field. Reference basically table. So I will select it. And then we have leave assignment. Now how exactly you want to assign the leave? So it's totally a different process in different organizations. Now some organizations basically assign the leaves in the beginning. Maybe they just give you the whatever leaves they have, maybe 10, 20, 30, whatever leave count they have, they assign those leaves from the beginning. That means when basically financial year starts, or maybe in January period. But some basically in some companies you might find that basically you get the leaves basically added every month. So maybe you have let's say you have 24 leaves. In that case, in every month 2 leaves will be added. So that's how. So here you can just put if it is yearly. So we will see the choices as well. So I can just put over here let's go, and I can just put here leave assignment, and I can just do choice. That's it. Now this will create the table and all of these fields. So table is created. Now we have to basically update the choices. So if you will go to this particular field, leave type, and if you remember, we have to do the same thing. So we will just click on advanced view, and we will select here choice table, and that is basically leave request, and I can just select leave type, and that's it. It says leave drop down without none. You have to mention the default value as well. And if I talk about leave type, maybe I will just put CS. That's a casual leave. And here I can just put leave type, and I will save this. Then we will go to leave assignment. So I will close this one. Okay, it's not saved yet. Now it is saved. I will close this one now, and I go to leave bucket, and if I leave calculator, not leave bucket, here we have this leave assignment. If I click on this, so we will create 2 choices, yearly or monthly. So if I come over here, I will put yearly, that will have a value of Y, and then I will have monthly, and this will have M in the backend. That's it. It says drop down with none, so I will just make it without none, and this will be Y, and I will save this. That means I will have these choices in my fields, so which we just created. So as of now, you are done with the table creation, with the field creation, and even the creation of choices for those fields. So till now you have learnt about creation of a table, creation of choices, creation of fields, and you also learned some additional functionality that how you can pull the choices from another table, another field which is on a different table. That's what you also learned.